Hello, my name is Sam, and welcome to You Can Do That Too. This channel is all about showing you simple DIYs that you can do without breaking the bank. So the way this will work is I'm going to show you what tools you need, the exact cost of those tools, what materials you will need, the exact cost of those materials, and a full breakdown of how to create something beautiful. So if this sounds like your type of channel and something that you would be interested in, I highly encourage you to smash that like button, subscribe for more, do all the things that make the algorithm go brrrr. We're gonna have fun here. So, what are we doing for today's video? Today, we are going to be making a witch hat. Specifically, a sun witch hat that I can wear to a medieval Renaissance fair that is coming to my town. Now, you might be thinking, it is July. Why are we talking about witch hats? Well, according to our Lord and Savior, Michael's, it is now officially spooky season, which means we can talk about witches, which means we can dress like this, which means we can have some fun, and there's going to be so many Halloween crafts coming your way. So I'm going to give you a full step-by-step guide on everything you need to do to make your own beautiful summer witch hat. So let's go. For this next step, you will need 2 identical summer hats, a hot glue gun and some glue sticks, poster board and some tape. Starting with the sacrificial hat, remove the ribbon and the tags. You can absolutely keep the ribbon if you want to, but I hate blue, so I didn't. All right, so now we flip it over and we're gonna find this here. There's this tiny little stitch right here. And so we gotta make sure we're only cutting on that stitch. And so here, what we've done is by removing that stitch, it begins to come apart all on its own. And we wanna be very gentle. All of this, so these are going to get removed, but right now we're not going to cut them individually. We're going to wait. And then we're just going to keep going.
It looks like a cloche hat from the 20s now.
Yeah.
If you want to do a great Gatsby cosplay, this is how you do it.
And there's a little bit of glue here, so it's a bit stuck. We're going to help it along. Just more of that sound. All right, so the sacrificial hat is almost fully sacrificed. So now, whoop-a-doop-a-doop, find the end, which is somewhere. There's the end. And now we're gonna find all of that, this all has to come out. So all of this needs to come out, and you wanna be very gentle so you can see these little scaly things. So all of this fraying part needs to be taken out. So just like that.
Grip it and rip it.
Raw. We're almost done, folks. Look at that.
Ooh.
This is all that you have. Let's go. Using the Bristol board and tape, wrap it around the base of the hat and form that cone shape that will become the base of the witch's point. All right, so here you can see we got a little bit of a lean going on, which isn't bad if you like that, but I want it to be a little bit more traditional. So I'm gonna cut this so that it's nice and flat. Trust your instincts. Boop.
Nice.
Now grabbing the second hat, begin opening up the top until you can fit your cone through. Once you have it where you like it, secure it in place with tape, like so. Now begins the incredibly long process of wrapping the hat in all of that material. So you start by using that excess material you removed from the base hat up around the cone. This is going to help make your transition between the base hat and the material harvested from the first hat to be much more seamless. I highly recommend having a friend with you or putting a podcast or a movie on, because this takes a while. I also want to point out that you are not gluing the material to the cone. You are gluing it to itself. So think of it like tiles or shingles on a roof. Every time one goes up, you're securing the next one to the one below it. This will allow you to remove the cone at the end. Next, I pulled the excess material and fed it back through the tip of the hat so that it's coming out the bottom. After making the point of the hat as tight as I can, I pulled down on the slack from the inside and locked it in place with glue. Then I secured the tip with a final bit of glue. Alright, so now what we want to do is I want to take out the cone. Now you can absolutely leave the cone in, but I think I want it removed. So I purposely only put mine in with painter's tape. So we're going to get it out. I feel like I'm looking up its skirt. Woohoo! It should, in theory, kind of just slip away, because since I didn't glue it on. However, you may kind of have to finagle it out. And I feel like we could probably cut some of this out if we had to. Look at that. Look at that. And definitely don't look at this. Just don't look at how that turned out. Just all of that came out of there. But we did it. We did it, we did it, we did it. It's amazing. I have to try this on. I have to. My hair is soaking wet because it was pouring rain all day today. But oh my God, look how tall it is. And it's so soft and comfy, and it fits so nice. So I think what I want to do is bring it down, kind of just like a Gandalf hat. I want it to bend a little bit. But I'm shooketh that it managed to retain its shape. Like, look at that. Like, it's tall. If you wanted a tall witch hat, you could absolutely do that. And it's so light. I thought this would weigh so much, but it's hollow. It's 100%. Oh, there you go. It's 100% just hat material, and it's just so easy. There's definitely a front. I've definitely like angled it a little bit. All right, let's get to the fun part, which is decorating. So first thing I think I'm going to start with is this ribbon, because that is just going to look so lovely. I think the colors work really nice. I think it's just very summery, very cute. And because this is a pretty transparent ribbon, we're going to do several layers of this. All right, so now there's this. And I'm thinking maybe the top and the bottom. Just like that. I get myself more length. Ooh, gosh, they don't give you a lot. You know, for $1.25, you don't get that much. Like this, like that. And this, like that. Oh, I quite like that. Okay, we're gonna do that. All right, so you see here it's come up a little bit. So if you see here, if I pull this little bit, see that little gap right here? So that just needs to be tightened. And what's the answer to that? A dab of glue, yay! And we pull that tight and push it down. So now the real fun part. So I've gotten quite a few of these little guys. And I think I'm just gonna take this apart. So the thing with these, you don't want just this and you start cutting because you're cutting through wire and it's annoying. Instead, what you do is you open this up and you just literally pop that off. And you see it just comes apart. And it's gonna make your life about 1,000,000 times easier. Boop, 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 boop. So we have got a lot. I've also got these guys. And again, you kind of just find the little stem and you pluck them off. You pluck them off. You pluck them off. Son of a... Oh, well. Other ones I have are these guys. So these I really, really love. These ones I think will be better for filler. Oh, now they come off. So you just pull these off. Oof. That's weird that they would not come off before. Of course I say it. All right. And the best way to do this is you kind of start with your big stuff, covering that which you don't want to see. So that in this case would be like the seam. You want that kind of covering it. You want to make sure that you're not going like this where you see the stems. You kind of want to turn it, you know, unless that's the look you want to go for. So I want it to be much more placed so that you can't see the stems. Here I want to add this, and I think I want this to be like kind of right there. So I'm going to just get rid of this. So I find the best way to get rid of these wires is you just kind of want to rock them back and forth. And it just eventually snaps. That's just going to save your scissors. You don't have to buy wire cutters. And I think I'm going to have that just kind of sit like that. Look at that. And you know, say you want it to be a little bit more, I guess, fashionable. You can have it more like facing backwards. A little bit more like, I don't guess, a feathered cap. So now I think I'm just going to kind of add these little pinky guys in various places. So as you can see, I'm kind of testing where I like it before it gets glued in, because nothing sucks more than placing something and you realize, oh, that should have been a bit different angle, or it should have been a bit higher or a bit lower, or oh, that doesn't really quite fit the space. And then you're trying to undo the glue. So I always recommend, before you put glue on, put it where you think you want it to go. And then you're like, oh, okay, yeah, I like that. Then take it out and put it back. I am really pleased with how this hat has turned out, but I really think I want it to have that droopiness. So what I've got here are some pins. So what I'm going to do is try and bend it down and pin it in place, and then come in with the hot glue to hold it in shape. So what I noticed online when I was looking at reference photos is, rather than just bending it and you end up with these points, I noticed a lot of people kind of fold it in on itself to get that shape. Because it folds to the back, it's going to have a bit more of like that aesthetic. I have seen it look really nice going to the side as well. So I may do that. I don't know. I'm going to fiddle around with it a bit, because you see it bounces right back. Like, I'm incredibly shocked with how stiff this boy is. He's a stiff boy. So do I want it to go to the side? So let's look at it here. So that would be pretty gosh darn cute. Yeah, that would be pretty gosh darn cute. Maybe I want to go to the side and like have it kind of do that. All right, so it kind of looks like a very specific thing. I think you can guess. All right, so if I want it to curve this way, I think this part needs to come up, yeah. Okay, gotta be careful because there's pins coming out of this thing now. Oh, and it is tougher to pin through than I would have anticipated, I have to admit. Dang, should I just do that or should I complete it with one more bend? Oh yeah, we're definitely gonna do one more bend. Look at that, look at that. Look at that, folks. All right, so now we're gonna push in. So essentially to get these bends, because I don't want it to just fold like that, I'm gonna try and force these points that these points create, this corner here and this corner here. I wanna kind of prevent those from forming. So I want this to go in itself. All right, so now we are going to get some glue up on it to hold it in place where it needs to be. We're just gonna kind of open up them flaps, make your jokes here, folks. And we're just gonna kind of shove glue in. And that's just gonna hold it in place. Pop a little glue in here. And I feel like you could absolutely do something where you like have a little critter like sticking out here. You can do something really, really creative. And this little pocket that is created as a little void. So I'm gonna let that glue dry before I start taking pins out. Woohoo! Removed. So I'm gonna do a little bit of cleanup of just like this stuff here and boring stuff. And then we can get to the pretty shots at the fair in costume. See you then. All right, so this is how the hat turned out, and I have to admit, I'm incredibly happy with how it turned out. It's very light. It stays on my head, which I did not anticipate. It doesn't fall. Maybe a stiff breeze could get it. So no straps, and I love it. And I hope you guys enjoyed it too. And remember, you can do that too. What, me filming my outro and intro on the same day? All right, so what is the total cost breakdown? With a material cost of $17.50 before tax and a tool cost of $9.50 before tax, we are left with a grand total of $27 even. After taxes, that's a little over $30. Keep in mind, all of my prices are in Canadian dollars, and the cost of each item and the amount you pay in taxes will depend on where you live. I had a wonderful time making this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I want to give a massive shout out to my friend Tori over at Dolls and Die. That's Doll and Die. Singular, not plural. She was a great inspiration and a great help, and we had a lot of fun making everything together. I have so much more planned for this channel. There's going to be a lot of Halloween DIY. There's going to be a lot of fun crafts, and I want to hear from you guys. Let me know in the comments. What do you want to see? What do you like? What don't you like? Let me give you what you want. I want to give it to you. Let me put it there and give it to you. And we're going to have fun. And I'm going to continue to be a little weirdo, because I mean, what's the point in life if you're not being a weirdo, right? If someone doesn't think you're weird, you're probably not having fun. So once again, thank you so much for watching this video, and remember, you can do that too. Bye. Outtake shots, outtake shots, These are gonna be in the outtake shots. And like, we could save this ribbon if we wanted, but I don't. Crash, bam, boom.
Yeah.
I also feel like I'm talking with this way too close to my face. It's a paintbrush, by the way. If anyone's, it's a broken paintbrush.
Oh, it's on. Wow.
Yeah, and so
Holy
then the
cow.
the back just slides off because it's a thing, and then you just pin it.
Oh.
And then you have a very questionable hat.
As I burp into the mic.
I was trying to find something cool. I've seen a lot of people do swords, which I think is rad. Should I do a sword? All right.
Birds aren't real. It's okay.
Birds aren't real. Birds are a conspiracy from the government. They're all just robots that are listening to us. I say sword. It's a dagger. I mean, let's face it. It's a dagger. But here, I'll get that good sound effect. It's good. Kiss by the rose. Ooh, baby. I broke a nail putting a kid in the car seat, and it went pop. Not the kid or the car seat, I mean my nail. That'd be bad if it was the kid or the car seat. It's not sharp, obviously. I wouldn't want to fall into it. My power, my pleasure, my pain, baby. I don't know, I feel like this is a very weird aesthetic choice right now. I'm dressed like a goth, I'm holding a dagger, and I have a summery, flowery witch hat on. I have made some very odd life choices to end up here. None of which I regret. Yay.